Yes, New Guardz Radio, we're back inside. But. It's the first time for a few months that we've had our little chatty patty sessions. So we're going to start off with a little game. We'll kick off with a little game, yeah? So this game is a game of unpopular opinions, yeah? So we're gonna say an unpopular opinion about music, hip-hop, whatever you want to talk about, yeah? And, giving the man them an opportunity to debate you as well. So, yeah, Ray, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, unpopular opinion. Drill's only got 3 flow patterns.
I can't say I disagree with that. But
It's like, I don't want to upset people. My younger bros, my cousins, my sisters, siblings, you know, they love it, man. And, you know, I love anything that's an extension on the art form, musicality. I do like, you know, I like how the producers flipped it, took the elements of the grime, you know, the so-called road rap, as they categorized it, you know, and the two-step in a way, merged it. But it's just like, content-wise, that's a discussion for another day. We know what that is. It's just the patterns, man. It's just like when I heard the Americans, like, what was the comedian? I said, with the
bop, Ari Spears.
It's like, I felt like before I heard Ari Spears say that, but like Ari Spears solidified that to me, how certain outsiders to the UK drill listen to the thing.
With the flow, with the bow, with the bop.
And I just like, he's not far off, you know, shots but not shots, but shots, he's not far off.
You're talking about all UK rappers.
Okay, yeah, he generalized it, yeah, which he's an asshole for, yeah. F him, yeah, but on the drill spectrum, it's just like, I started thinking about what I just said when I heard him say that. I was just like, yeah, there's only 3 patterns, man.
I want to agree with you, bro. What are the patterns?
Okay. Yeah, now you're breaking it down. Okay, there's the low tone, very silent, sinister. I just woke up. Bro just came with the dots and it's just like, it's A-B. All 3 patterns are A-B.
Yeah. Okay.
We know rhyming schemes. So it's just like, there's a certain way you need to skip on the cadence of a drill beat in order to be on time, and you can't reach into pockets. Grime, you can go in 100 pockets in grime. Just by varying the speed. Hip hop's the same. I think they're limited.
Okay, so here's where
because of the beats.
No, here's where I'm gonna disagree with you. You don't have to rap like that in drill. I've done drill tracks, bro. I'm not rapping like any of them. I'm not. Okay, there you go. So we ain't using those flows. I've done tracks on straight drill. You know, my hottest track is Relax.
We know where the pockets are, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
We know where the pockets are.
And I think that probably comes from listening to a certain type of music over
I don't
years.
think the MCs have enough, MC training, bro.
An MC like from where we come from, we like are from a more varied type of rap. So you can fit in different kind. If you are able to rap, you will be able to fit in different pockets. So I agree with what Tommy's saying. I don't think you have to do those patterns, but I think those are the patterns that are popularized because they're trying to like emulate each other because that's what's hot. Yes. Do you know what I mean?
But then you get this one MC sound like the next one, sound like the next one. There becomes a lack of originality.
All it takes is one of them. It's because they're all quite young. All it takes is one of them. Once that art form reaches a certain age,
when it starts to experiment,
then they might start to experiment with the flows
more
and make more like profound projects and projects about shit rather than just man just effing into jack. You know what I mean?
And I feel like as well when you come from. If you're a hip hop head, when you come from listening to that music or writing to that music, I feel like because there's a slower tempo, you can be more surgical with your flow, so you can do mad stuff.
Go in and out the pockets.
So then when you get certain artists like, even on grime beats, so like Rowdy, my bro, big up Rowdy. He's
Rowdy's
like
mad versatile,
but he's a hip hop head, so he's very surgical with how he does his
even
flows, even on the grime beats.
Grime bars sound like
you know what I mean?
a rapper's bars, man.
Exactly.
They're so surgical. It's just like
yeah.
He's not just saying this, man. It's well thought out, man.
But I will say there's anomalies but they're the better ones in the genre. So you got like your Unknown T's. Your Heady Ones. I'm not the biggest fan of Heady One, but he's very different from all of those. Kind of like he's got a very unique style. Unknown T, I love his flow. I think he's crazy with it. He's just smooth in it. You know what I mean? But whereas like a lot of these other guys, you can't tell if that it's the same as mumble rap, right? Like that kind of trappy, like mumble rap.
Like the same guy.
So I can't tell whether it's flipping Future or whoever.
Because
it's the same with drill. You can have 5 man on the track and you can't really differentiate too much between them.
It will sound
Do you
kind of
know what I mean? Whereas like you got a hip hop cipher. You gotta have a different flow from
course,
everyone
man.
else. That's the point,
out, man.
That's the point.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to compare because hip hop is like a 40, 50-year-old art form, whereas drill is like 10 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's still formulating. And you got to look at you really look at grime, and you got to look at. I think that is an example to use because you got to remember like where
grime is what now, almost 30 years old.
That's what I'm saying, and you see the progression. Do you know what I'm saying? When grime first started till now, you see like how artists that like man them really became artists
came from the radio
compared
and
to
the battle shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Evolved, man.
Like in the beginning, it was more kind of like, who's got the most gimmicky thing that they could say over and over again. Like now, it's like people are artists, make a song. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the best grime artists, they make songs, they make albums. That, do you know what I'm saying? Like they get nominated for shit. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like we'll see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because the art form had to grow. Like it has to over the years, and I think we'll see what happens with drill.
Do you think it?
I don't know, because the people that are driving it is still on all the mad crud. So it's like it would need an artist to rise out of the ashes and be like their storyteller that would just be like, yeah, I can relate to this guy. He might be talking like he's from the roads, but it's like a different level of how he's interpreting the music. You know what I'm saying?
There's like I said, the top guys, like probably in the last 5 years, are like Unknown T and Heady One. It's the same ones I said. For that reason, where they give you a different, they give you more. Do you know what I'm saying? Than what the typical drill is.
Man, you need 30, 40 artists in that vein, man.
Final point on this is that like drill has become like prominent and popular in a time where you don't need the come up's quick, innit? You just need to go viral online.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, you don't have to be honing your craft for 5 years before you even drop an album. You might drop a single,
and this comes down to what
and then you go to the top, and it's the 15 minutes.
Education on what them man coming in that kind of way, where it's just like, it's like you'd have to be around certain mans and grow a certain way to evolve.
Because you need to maintain your spot on the ladder. So like, if you don't,
there's a next guy like
you're gonna fade and fall off.
Waiting to just come in with the same shit as you. So
yeah.
Stand out,
on to the next one kind of thing.
Stand out.
All
I got one.
Go.
Flowtex is the greatest rapper of all time. He's better than Tupac.
Brother Flow.
That is a statement.
Challenge me.
That's a big one.
Listen, I'm not gonna go against my bro. Like I'm not gonna go against my bro. He knows how much I rate him, but you're kind of mad.
I'm biased, man.
Go on, explain yourself.
He's better than Tupac, bro. He's Tupac. Okay, here's the hot take. Flowtex is better than Tupac, and I love Tupac. I can't even believe I'm making this point. Tupac was not precious when it came to recording music. He's got the worst mixed shit in the world out there. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he would just go and record with anyone, and Flowtex is like very particular about who he does music with. Sometimes when he does. Do you know what? When I was making that point, I was like, "Oi, he's about to say the Blessed Guy Cypher, innit?"
Sorry, carry on.
I might have to take my opinion back. He's top 5 though. Flowtex is top 5, dead or alive, innit?
Flowtex he's an ill rhymer. I will not disagree with that at all. No, at all. So yeah. All right, cool. Let's move on. No. Okay, Ray, you got something to say on that?
Bro, I love Brother Flow, man.
Me too, bro.
He knows he ain't better than Pac, man.
Come on. He would be like embarrassed for you even saying that while he's on radio. Yeah, he's probably listening to that right now.
Right now.
I'm on here to embarrass Flowtex, bro. Why do you think I joined New Guardz, bro? Go on.
I got one. All right. Apart from Purple Tape, Raekwon is one of the most underwhelming rappers out there. Stop it. Tell me, bro.
No. I was literally listening to Raekwon's album, The Wild, this morning and enjoying it thoroughly. So go fuck yourself.
All right.
Go on.
That was my commute to work this morning. Was a different Raekwon album from Only Built for Cuban Links, bro.
Funny enough, Biz, that's one that I kind of skipped a while, man. I think I had one song to it, and I was just like, nah, I don't want to check for this. But coming back to what this blasphemous statement that Mr. Zorro said over here. First and foremost, my oldest child is named after the chef.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
One of my favorite MCs, and I agree with elements of what
I'm talking projects. I'm talking about his legacy of his projects.
Projects-wise, legacy-wise, I think that he made something so large in hip hop, like an album so seminal, so just like. I don't know, it introduced so much stuff, man. Rappers talking about high-end mafioso shit. Within the spirit of the Wu-Tang, it was complete to the left of the Shaolin culture stuff. And it's just like, RZA sits down, talks about, there's a documentary coming out on the whole album. I saw the trailer to it, there's rappers in it talking about the album. I think it became a monkey on his back. And it's just like one that I don't think is an album he's bettered. He's gone on to do like great stuff with the Wu and projects that I like. We had Wu albums after that album, jumping on the Wu stuff. His solo stuff after that, I like the follow-up to Cuban Links, but it sound more like a tape. I didn't really like the Lex Diamond story. Immobilarity was hit and miss because it come right off the back of such a classic. And I hear exactly what you're saying about the catalogue. It's a thing where I think that.
That's why I should have phrased it.
I think he still has time to redeem that. I think he's got something coming with Muggs. I know Ghostface is releasing Clientele 2, and he's got something coming on Mass Appeal as those 7 albums. So there could be a surprise in store. And I'd love for Raekwon to just, make something that, they could say, yo, it's not just Cuban Links. But Cuban Links is like his Illmatic. Nas couldn't get over the slump of Illmatic for a lot of years.
I was literally about to say.
Nas is through that away now. He's over the slump.
Yes. Cuban Links is Illmatic.
Yeah, it's that album.
Raekwon.
Yeah, it's
it's the Illmatic curse. Yeah, so like Nas made this one of the best hip hop albums, arguably ever.
They want it all the time.
So then everyone judges the rest of your catalog based on this fantastic piece of art that you did. Yeah. It's all still dope, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's not his best work, but that Wild album in particular is one that just randomly caught me in it. You know where them off-key albums just catch you, and I'm like. A time where you're like
Shaolin versus Wu was good.
Yeah.
It had standout tunes in it, but overall, it's not one you're gonna revisit 10, 15 times. Be like, yo. Okay,
but what I will say is like Raekwon is underwhelming is a mad statement, bro. Like, because he is an incredible rapper, bro. You can't say he's not.
No. That's not what I said. I never said he's not a great rapper. I said he's underwhelming. And what I should have said...
You say his catalog's
his catalog is underwhelming. His catalog is underwhelming. I should have rephrased that. But what I'll say is this, so you talked about Nas. You touched on it as well. Nas, if Nas' catalog after Illmatic was on the same level as how Raekwon's has been, people would be rinsing him. People rinse Nas for the smallest shit. But I think that when you look at Nas's catalog, he might not have hit the heights of
But Nas had a
Illmatic.
good renaissance.
But even still,
he had 2 good renaissance.
How many whack albums? He hasn't got hardly any whack albums.
A few. There's a few Nas albums that.
Out of all of them, maybe like 2, 3. I can
Streets
probably
Disciple, that double disc.
One.
No.
Yeah, that's one. I agree.
That Untitled is meant to call nigga.
I agree.
Snore. Hip hop is dead. Had its moments.
Jay has more whack albums.
Yeah, Jay's got more blips. Jay's got a handful.
And Jay
of
has wicked albums.
He does.
Jay's got a series of great albums.
He's got bloopers, man.
Nas's first, second, third album had some misses on it, but man. A lot of people even say the second one's better than.
Yes,
a lot of people. What's the name? Literally, my brain's fried.
It was written.
It was written. People say it was written.
People argued with me over that. The second one's better. Because that's when all the Nas Escobar thing come about. He expanded. He was doing stuff with Lauryn Hill. He was still making that raw shit. Dr. Dre was on board. I think that's why people say that. But you have to look to the first one.
Even like people, these albums that are held in such high regard, like. I even probably listen to Forever now more than 36 Chambers, and I love 36 Chambers.
There you go.
It's so
that's
good.
That's another argument.
That's
a massive
argument.
No.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's better, but I'm saying now I listen to Forever a bit more because it's just got a bit more than 36 Chambers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean that. Listen, I know what you're talking about because that's how we used to feel when we were listening to Forever because it's longer and it's more like it feels like the Wu Bible.
There.
It feels like it's opened up, but like 36 has just got that start to finish rawness. Like, do you know what I mean? But I agree, it's different.
But Forever is rawness, start to finish.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. It's just like when you do one thing that's so good, like it's. People find it really hard to say that anything's better than it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like,
and I think coming back to what you said, it's just around this Zorro. It's just like that's the Achilles heel on Raycon's discography. But I think he could go through a renaissance similar to Nas and Hit Boy.
I hope so.
On the right street.
I really hope so. Because listen, it's not that I don't like him as a rapper.
He's got it in him.
Yeah, he's a dope rapper. That's not what I'm saying at all. Legendary status. It's just that the catalog.
He needs that run.
Is underwhelming, and I don't know if
I
it's
agree.
like
as one of his biggest fans, I agree on that. I do.
There you go.
I do.
All right, what are you saying? You got another one?
No, that was my two, man. I did have another one, but it was kind of just that.
I got another one then. And
Silly,
you got one?
silly.
All right, cool. Okay, cool.
all I care about was flow.
Brother, flow. All right. DMX Party Up is the wackest beat I've ever heard in my life.
You know what?
No, but you still move to that motherfucker when it comes on in the club.
Again, how did that start?
And I was skanked to that same way, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Up in here, up in here. You know the tune. Wait, let me see if I can find it.
Then it's gotta be quick. It's that one, innit?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Do you know what? Okay, here's another unpopular opinion on DMX. Sometimes that motherfucker's flow was all over the place and not in the best way.
But he was that kind of guy.
And I bust DMX tunes.
We know his persona and how he was. We know. That I give, but Party Up.
This one.
Party Up isn't even in his. Yeah.
Sound like carnival music, bro. Woo! Go. Yeah, don't play it too long before we get locked.
You know what? Do you know
what?
what?
You know what I'm saying? That one.
Is that Swizz Beats?
That's Swizz. That's them Casio beats that we need before he got sued.
Unpopular opinion, just
I know you're going with
it. That Swizz Beats is amongst the elite great producers.
That's your unpopular opinion?
No, that people feel that he is.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't, man.
I agree.
I don't. Man.
I agree. However,
he's not though.
However, when the new stuff that he did, like the album that he did, you saw his actual how he.
Swizz Beats doesn't have a handful of classics. Be they solo, what he produced for man, duo.
He can produce though. He's sick because when you listen to his stuff now compared to then, it's totally different. But he had that era where he was using that Casio shit. Bruv, when you listen back to them beats, even the good ones, it's the MCs that made it. Even Rough Riders anthem, that was another unpopular opinion I was gonna come with. That beat is dope, but when you listen to it properly, I had
all the Ride or Die.
Sounds like
there
computer
were 3
game,
volumes of Ride or Die. I had all of them, and it's just like, if you listening back over some of them right now, I'm just like, how did Swizz get away with some of these beats? These men must have just been in sessions and just been vibing. That's a Casio preset. He used the Casio preset.
The preset, bro.
And then he had a beat that I loved. I can't even knock it.
He's got some great beats.
World War IV had Snoop, Scarface, Jadakiss on it, and the beat just went bam, 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 bam.
I know though. Yeah.
And we loved it. I love that shit. I loved it.
The Rough Riders anthem. The beats work. The beats work.
When you listen to it about the MCs made it.
The MCs made it.
Yeah, when you listen to it about the rap,
it's not good.
If DMX was
DMX can make it a banger.
DMX made that an anthem, and he didn't even like them bars.
He said he didn't like the beat.
He said he didn't like them bars. He didn't like the beat.
He
goes that the flow was whack. He said that himself. He goes, that's the most basic shit that he ever came out with. Yeah. He goes, bruv, watch the GQ thing that he did, and he says, it was like the most basic shit that I came out with. Niggas on the back, niggas on the back, niggas on the crack, niggas on the back. Like he didn't like it at all.
To agree with your opinion earlier, in some ways, Party Up is not in DMX's top 20 songs.
No, it's not.
He has 20 songs better than that.
It's in his top 5 Riot Party starting tunes.
It's probably the most well-known DMX tune worldwide.
Yeah.
Probably even bigger than the
X gon' give it to you.
Party Up and that. Those are probably his two. Because I've seen that in like Rick and Morty and shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so them tunes are like worldwide for no. You hear them in any club. Do you know what I mean?
They know that. Yeah.
But like Rough Riders Anthem, more kind of in the urban kind of
hip hop.
But like in the culture. But then when in those two, that's the most. That's his two most commercial tracks.
Stadiums and man, and places. Yeah, man. I agree.
Oh, I got two.
God, sorry, I do talk
Lil Wayne is the biggest trendsetter in the history of hip hop.
No.
Wow. Whoa. I was thinking about how long until you came.
Check the words. Trendsetter.
I have to drink a bit of beer for that, mate.
Do you know what? I don't agree with what you're saying in terms of. Like, okay, it depends what you mean by just in terms of his swag.
In terms of his swag, and then. After Lil Wayne, everyone rapped with the lazy drug flow. Every rapper fucking ever.
I think there's more Lil Wayne clones out there than most other rappers.
Maybe apart from Eminem, but there you go.
Oh yeah. But I feel it's probably when you think about all the like. Not this really, era. Not even this era anymore because we've kind of gone past that era. But like when you get to that the drug, the Percocet, them man there, the Molly era, them guys, the lean era, all them man there all had the dreads, they all had the face tattoos, they all had that lazy flow like you're talking about, but they never had the same kind of skills. When you listen to Wayne's actual bars, they were like, he could spit, but like they had the essence in terms of like they would look like him in a way, and
well they're trying to emulate him, but they're just not a dope rapper like Wayne is. So like he did set because Wayne like Tupac is not precious. He records so much stuff. He's got 8 million fucking mixtapes. Like he had some great fucking hip hop like bars on bars. He also started this kind of weird, like, lazy flow, druggy, like, thing, wavy thing, which I quite like a lot of it. But after Wayne, every rapper in the game looks like Wayne. Do you know what I mean? Like, am I wrong?
I think.
Am I wrong?
Am I wrong? Yeah, no, you're not. It's hard to argue with it. I don't agree, but I do agree.
But I agree, but I disagree because it's like Wayne came in young, Hot Boys, like mid-90s. He came out of the was it the No Limit Cash Money stable, which was like, you know, Master P and Baby were battling it in them early days. Who's got the better label? And I think around that time, Wayne was just soaking it up as a kid and just taking in what BG Juvenile, all the mans that are blown large in the thing. He was taking in, but I think around that time, what he was about to usher in as a solo artist was already there. 3-6 Mafia, printing on some scissor. They were doing that slow DJ Screw rest and all the
the Houston mans, them Houston mans. They've been on it.
They've been on it. I think Wayne just took that to the
not to that level.
Yeah, but bro, everyone gets their trend from somewhere. Everyone gets their style from somewhere. We get our style from who we've listened to, like blah blah, the swag, everything. Yeah. So Wayne, in the same way, he got his style from somewhere, but the way he took it, now everyone, that's what everyone's copying. Yes. So that's why he is the biggest trendsetter. Because everyone's copying him. They're not copying Juveniles and the 3-6s.
If they're copying Wayne, then a leaf has to be given to like DJ Screw.
Oh yeah.
And the 3-6 Mafia and you know,
but what I'm saying is
minds and certain men that are making like chopped and screwed, lean, like opioid music, pre-opioid era music. Wayne took because he was a youngster in the era and took it to the level them man didn't.
I'm not saying he wasn't first. I'm not saying he wasn't first. I'm saying it's him who set the trend.
He took it to the level
do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the trend is set by Wayne.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
You said that. I've been sitting there trying to think of an argument against it, and it's hard, bro.
It's true.
It is hard.
Apart from the million stands that try and rap, and the Hopsins and the all of them people that try and be at Eminem, there's no one. It's Wayne. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think there's more. Maybe there's. Is there more Eminem clones? Because even like Joyner Lucas,
black
Hopsin,
and white M's are clones as well.
Yeah. I'm saying Joyner Lucas he blatantly said it, bro. He said it. Like he said he got all his old style.
Actually, all that goes the same way because there's so many white face tat like. Fucking wait, probably more now as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is funny, isn't it? Like, you just pick up that. Yeah, man. I think it's Wayne, man. I think it's Wayne is the biggest trendsetter, man. I can't think of anyone else.
In the way you're breaking it down, I agree. But trend setting on something that I think that he evolved. That he's not the originator. But yeah, I agree.
All right. So I'm going to go nuclear now.
Go on then.
I wasn't sure if I was going to drop this one. I'm going to drop it fuck it right at the end. All right. Drake. I already see Ray's face. Drake would beat Mos Def in the verses. Talk to me.
Agreed.
Yeah, in a verses. In a verses, you're putting up tracks, innit? Tunes.
Yeah,
Tunes. So
I'm not saying in a battle, in a sci-fi, you know what I'm saying?
He's losing
in a beef or whatever.
But on a verses,
yeah,
he's gonna beat him. It's gonna be subjected to opinion.
Of course.
But yeah, he's gonna beat him outright.
When you think about it, like how verses ended up evolving during COVID, it turned into like how much hits you got, what's your big track. Yeah. So if it's a thing like it, because basically a sound
just
clash.
the music, like the fans pick a batch of both their best songs.
Are we doing it live?
Yes.
Is it live? Like both of them on stage doing the thing?
Oh,
okay.
They have to perform.
Yeah.
If they have to perform, if
they
have to perform, Mos Def beats it.
No, disagree.
You disagree with that too?
Okay,
so stage, man.
I've been
got pyrotechnics and fire. And shit.
I've been to some fantastic shows in my life, and I've been to some not so good ones. Yeah. I told you guys the worst show I've ever been to was Central C. The second worst, Mos Def.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen Mos Def twice, and both times it was poor, bro.
I was in the wing. I was backstage.
It was bad. I saw it once in I think it was Equinox. It used to be in Leicester Square. Yeah, and I saw him at Elephant and Castle with it was Black Star Reunion. Yeah.
So when did you see him? Yassine Baye times, innit?
It was Yassine Baye. I saw him. I saw the first time was the first time I saw him was Black on Both Sides. Yeah. The second time, and it was round the time Black on Both Sides came out. Yeah. And the show was still poor. The show was still poor. And you know, it's just like his effort levels. And then the second time I saw him was like a Black Star Reunion. It was like, I don't know, 15 years or something.
They done a second album.
Yeah. No, it was before that though. It was before that. It was at Elephant and Castle Coronet. I don't even know if that still exists. But like, so I went there, and when they did their tunes, the Black Star tunes was alright. And then there was a part of the night where he veered into some, I'm gonna do my new stuff now, and then he started doing some mad hippie stuff, bro. Like he was spinning in circles, and I was just like, bro.
When I saw him, he started flamenco dancing to house music, and then throwing roses at all the women in the crowd, bro. I was like, what the fuck is? I come here to listen to fucking Black Star, bro. What the fuck is going on?
Vibes, bro.
And listen, I know because it's gonna come off like I'm hating on Mos Def. I love Mos Def. It's one of the top MCs. You know what I mean? It's that Rockers era, but that's like. It's like a defining era of like of hip hop, in my opinion, and I love his music. And some of the tunes are like the replay value that I've listened to. Some of his stuff is like crazy. But when we think of what Versus is about, that's why I kind of said that, because I know that it's like it's gonna make people mad because they don't want to think of Drake being better than
most definitely
these kind of guys like at all in any way. So it's like when you put it like that, it's kind of hard to argue, bro. It's hard to argue. All right. Anyone got one more before we move on?
No,
we play some music.
We could.
Say one more.
Unpopular opinion: Ludacris is the best rapper from the South.
Ooh, no!
No way.
3 stacks.
Hell no.
3 stacks, bro.
No.
3 stacks.
I love 3 Stacks, and 3 Stacks is not a better rapper than Ludacris.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy talk.
I think 3000's a better MC than
No,
Ludacris.
man. Listen.
I think Scarface is a better MC than Ludacris.
Yeah, maybe.
I think South, listening to South and lyricism in the South, J Electronica's a better MC than Ludacris.
Okay, even like Fonte, bro.
Yeah. Better MC maybe, but Ludacris is the most entertaining out of
you know what, to
anyone.
Yeah.
And,
you know what?
And that's not taking away nothing. Ludacris can bar as well, bro.
He's bar, he can bar, but my thing
to me was he was the South's equivalent of Busta Rhymes always to me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He was the Busta of the South, and he still is.
Okay, so we can talk about people like Busta as well. So why is Busta one of the most unfuckwithable rappers, but he's not the GOAT? Why? What is the blockage? What's the blockage with someone like Ludacris?
I saw
better than all these other people.
I think Busta's been taken away from that because of probably the way he came into the game early. He was the jester, the loudest one on the track, mate. Going wild. It's just like I think people took away from Busta certain flowers early doors because he was so larger than life.
I can't remember. I can't remember which.
The test of
Of
time.
course.
This is great
Of
music.
course.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
can't-
think they slight Buster.
Yeah.
Like, you came in on it's like wow.
No, but I
larger
see like some guys like dissing Buster,
Yeah,
bro.
diss Busta.
Like I saw, I don't know what
No way
podcast
you
it
can
was, but
diss
it was
Busta.
some New York mans.
You can't
It was
diss
some
Busta.
New York mans, yeah, and it was kind of like one of these kind of segments where they were talking about unpopular opinions, and they basically said that Busta Rhymes was like one of the most overrated. I couldn't believe, bro. I nearly I nearly dashed my phone through the window but the way that what their reasoning was something like. Because
They need to revisit
when
some
he
albums,
starts
bro.
spitting, yeah, it's all energy and no real substance. That's what they just go. They're saying that he's not talking, he's not making any sense.
Five
Matter of
albums,
fact,
I
was it
like
Math
Zorro.
Hoffa?
You know
Was
the
it on Math
concept he
Hoffa
had behind
yesterday?
his first 4 or 5 albums. Who in hip hop's really done that over the years?
one.
The way he kept a theme
No one.
through his first
Yeah.
4 or 5 albums,
No,
Buster's
no,
incredible.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
all this end of the
the
world
world stuff.
doomsday.
Yeah,
He done
yeah.
it for 5 albums.
Yeah, up to
and it
2000,
didn't,
up
and
to
it
2000.
didn't get stinky or nothing. It was
No,
just
no,
like, this is sick. Where's he gonna come next
yeah.
with it? Up until Anarchy, I think he stopped at
Yeah,
Anarchy.
yeah.
Just like, I'm done with that.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
then after that, Dre came in
And
yeah.
as an artist, you need to know when to move on and find a
and
different
to
style.
evolve. Yeah.
And it's like you said, he come from the rah-rah, like crazy,
Yeah.
wild
Crazy
style.
shit, Tribe Called
But
Quest.
then he's the most versatile
He is, man.
motherfucker.
He is.
Like
They ain't
he
no
can
MC
do the
most versatile
smoothest,
Busta.
slow
can do
shit.
bashment, bro.
He can bar off on boom bap.
Yeah.
He can double time better than any American, really. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe there's
Jump
you
on
can
a
shout
bashment
out the
rhythm,
Tech
bro.
Nines and the XYZs, but Busta is
Yeah, he's incredible.
in
with
the
that
top 5 Americans for doing the
agree.
double time, bro.
shit. I agree.
But yeah, I mean, Luda's an interesting artist as well, man.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, going back to that point, I do have to say, like, I'll stand on the 3 stacks because I think that Luda is like Busta in terms of the energy, but I think that lyrically, Andre 3000's got more range. But his flow is not inferior to Ludacris either. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel.
If you say do you want to listen to Outkast or Ludacris, I'll put on Ludacris, but that's just me, bro.
Depends what mood I'm in, though.
Outkast
It depends what mood I'm in, bro. It depends what Outkast. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if it's like, I mean, if it's
I
certain
don't
tunes.
fucking care about.
No, I know you don't like speaker box, but when you look them,
No, I don't not like
80
it.
but it's
Aliens,
not.
bro.
Yeah.
80
But
Aliens.
when you're talking about the like
80
early,
Aliens, I'll take
Oh,
over speaker
yeah.
box all day long.
yeah.
So
All right, and then you gotta think about like J. Cole's from the south.
Yeah.
And them man them from the
Ooh.
J. Cole's
Man
from the south.
Fonte's from the
Fonte's
south.
from
Man
the south.
don't think that they're
J.
from-
But
Electronica
again,
from the south.
Luda, I love J. Cole and I probably listen to Luda more than J. Cole. I love J. Cole. I rate J. Cole highly.
I
man.
put on Luda before J. Cole.
Yeah, same. All right, we're moving. Let's take a little break. We're gonna play some more tunes, and when we come back, we got a little bit more chatty patty business to come.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
play Flowtex, bro.
God, flow.
So I play some Flowtex. All right, wait. I'll find no Flowtex. All right, I'll come back to it in a minute. All right, let me go to this.
Hey yo, I said hey yo, Chicago, the Rap Devil ACP Awards. Give us our fucking trophy. We taking everything. Throw niggas in comas and make vegetables. Training day. I get you dusted like no respect for you. Plus, I got more Glocks than text than you. I make it
Okay, we are back. New Guardz Radio. All right, so Timberland has been making waves. Man like Timbo, he's been making waves recently because he started to promote AI artists. He's got his new artist called Tata, and basically it's gonna be like an artist sings all the tunes. It's an avatar, like it's mad. This is a new era. This is like taking it up to another level. Like what do you lot think about that?
Well, just beyond what you actually said, so he's actually signed a AI artist. That's what the article is. So so. First off, what does that even fucking mean?
Sign someone that doesn't exist.
It's like Timberland. I think it's like he's trying to be like innovative. I think with this AI thing and being able to do certain things, but I feel that it's not. It's like the Gorillas doing what Damon Albarn done with the Gorillas was innovative. Because we'd never seen nothing like that, and it wasn't corny because it was still him. It was still his musical mind, just put behind some characters that were animated really well, and it was dope. It was flipping dope. It's just it's corny, man.
I can't say I've listened to the AI artist, innit, Tata. So like maybe I actually, before I make a judgment on the situation, listen to what the music's actually saying, even if it's generated by a computer. But what does that again? You've signed an AI artist. First of all, I don't even know what that fucking means. Second of all, like, so is he making the beats and the artist doing so it's a vocal AI thing. Is that what it is?
Yeah, basically.
Right, interesting. I mean, yeah, like, who knows? Maybe he's just experimenting. I feel like Timbo's always been an innovator in some ways. He's sort of like been an early person to new sounds and stuff like that. You know when he started like doing his vocal thing properly, and it was like it was not like auto-tune, but on like a robot sounding thing, and it was like that was different. You know what I mean? He's always been someone who's tried new stuff quite early, helped to elevate the sound of hip hop. So who knows? I'm not gonna knock it until I know more about it. What I'm saying is I don't know a lot about it, but you know what I mean. Like I need to listen to it, man.
I think you know what you were saying about the Damon Albarn thing. I think that's actually a good point, because is there a difference between like the Gorillaz doing what they did and having an animated character, even though he sang it himself?
He's doing the music.
But it was like animated characters. It wasn't about like the human artist, like an actual person. It was about the characters in the music.
Well, it's the same thing as making a It's the same thing as making a cartoon, right? You make a South Park or a Simpsons or whatever. You write the episode. It's human voices, and then you create the characters with art or whatever. Is it kind of swapping it round and doing this with vocals? You know what I mean? You're having the vocals generated by something else, like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
It's crazy. It's a crazy thing because in a way it's innovative, and then in a way it's taken away from the artistry, man. Just like Timbaland could easily go and sign an artist.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it though, really? Because like, is he's not gonna not ever work with a real artist ever again?
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? He's gonna work with people still. I guess it's just like a project that he's working on. He thinks it's something creative. Let's go
like
with it. I'm sure he'll be working with like loads of people still. I'm sure he'll still have jobs to be given out to people.
I think it's him doing what he did basically in the 90s, when in the R&B era he started putting in them quicker drum patterns, and the beats were skipping a bit more, and people were like we're not ready for this, man. It's like the sounds and it sound like this, but they didn't know that he was a student of Teddy Riley and other individuals, so he listened to like mans that made sounds and was inspired and thought, I make my own sound. I think right now with this AI thing, he's trying to usher in like a new dawn of like artistry through AI format, where they could say, Timbaland was the dude that kind of done this first, you know. It's going to be a thing, man.
I'm not sure if it's even that deep. What I think is with AI in general, like music or whatever art, whatever you're using AI for, it's a thing what you've got to jump on a wave. You got to, before the boat leaves. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to get on the train before it goes without you.
Guy.
So
he wants to be that guy. I done it first. Like, I was the guy to usher in, signing an AI artist. In 10 years' time, it's just normal.
So even in my role, like at work, we're looking at AI because it's taking over. You do not want that ship to leave without you. So do you know what I'm saying? So Timbo's probably thinking it on an even bigger picture of
let me get on the wave,
so
and
like you
do
said,
something.
Or let me do something with it that hasn't been done yet. Because in a year's time, everyone's going to be doing that.
Type of
so
shit.
what can you do before everyone else does? And do you know what? Can't knock it because
he done it with his beat, so I'm not surprised, man.
Me and you can't change AI and stop it from happening. A big man like Timbaland can't stop AI, and so he's in the same boat as us. You know what I mean? This is a technology that's beyond most humans. So he at this point is just the same as any other human being. He's like, okay, this is the new thing. AI.
What can I do?
I'm a music producer. What can I do that's different, that's not been done yet? It's innovation, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't think that we'll ever get to a point where like musicians won't be needed, or they'll be, because I think that's the problem with people. They get to this kind of doom this doomsday scenario where they think like, oh, it's gonna come in and replace all the musicians. There'll be all robots and all robots singing and no one singing. It's like, nah, like I don't think it's gonna get to a point in time. If it ever does, that's like it'll be.
It's a Skynet thing, bro.
But
Yeah,
that can happen.
Exactly.
It would happen because people value creativity at the end of the day. They do. And it'll always be somewhere for like
in its purest form.
Yeah, man.
True.
Yeah. I don't see it as a detriment. I just see it as interesting, if anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's I'm coming into this conversation without hearing the music that's been produced.
I read the article.
So, like, that's when I'll make a proper judgment. But, like, you know, it's
crazy,
different, innit? It's crazy. It's just, like, interesting times, innit? Like, and then, someone like Timbaland, who's obviously revolutionary hip-hop producer that's gonna bring that to the forefront. So we'll see what happens, innit? Like, maybe it will die a death and be shit, or maybe it will be incredible and it will change the world.
You don't nobody like putting his voice in AI.
Bruv,
Ice Cube had a little rant about that. Yeah, it's a time.
Yeah.
Voice on nothing.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what it is.
But
it's
that's a whole different conversation.
That's
More about like artist likeness being used without their permission.
Yes.
That's a whole different. He's making a animated.
Fresh
it's not
that
like,
kind of worms there is gonna be like a whole.
It's not anybody's likeness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
AI is the artist.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Is the AI gonna take influence from other music? Is it gonna take influence from music that Timbaland's done before? Is it so? Okay, so then. Is there an argument about the likeness thing, or is it going to create a new sound that no one's heard? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's interesting about it. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? We don't know shit about this AI stuff, bro. Really, it is developing and developing. Look at where it was 12 months ago. It's like just 12 months ago. It's the biggest mad change in technology. It's just getting smarter and smarter. Like, it's mad.
Skynet.
Yeah.
Welcome to Skynet. Enter Skynet.
Welcome to Skynet. I don't think we've got time to add another topic to this, so I think we'll end it there. But yeah, thank you.
People.
Thank you very much once again for tuning in to the new Guardz radio show. I think there's only one more thing to say, guys.
Come on now.
Guardz up!